In the last few days, Rajasthan Royals turned up with some performances that raised many eyebrows. Yet, the award for the most insipid performance this season goes to Kolkata Knight Riders in a game that they played versus Gujarat Titans. Why do I say that? It's simply because of the overall approach that Kolkata Knight Riders had. It's really hard to believe, looking at the way that they played tonight or how they've been playing this season, that they are the defending champions of this Indian Premier League. And more so, last season they won with so much of dominance. They only lost 3 games in the entire season, and this time they've only had 3 wins in the 8 games that they've played, already lost 5 games. But this loss in particular raises a lot of question marks. 3 questions that really come to your mind when you see Kolkata's performance in this game. Remember, just to sum up the match, 198 is what Gujarat Titans got, and Kolkata Knight Riders fell short by not just 5, not just 10, not just 15, not 20, but almost 40 runs. 39 runs is the winning margin that was there for Gujarat Titans. Now, what are those questions that really crop up, that you are struggling to come to grips with? Let's start with the first one. You are the home team, and if at all, whether the pitch is to your liking or not, you being the home team are expected to read the conditions better than the opponents. What does Kolkata do? They win the toss and they elect to put the opposition into bat first. But what really happened in the match? In the second innings, batting got even more tougher. When you knew that this could be the case, when the captain also hinted that it's a dry surface, maybe because there has been no dew around, it tends to get even more sluggish in the second innings. When you know that such sort of a danger is around, why would you win the toss and then put the opposition into bat? That's the first thing that was rather baffling. The second bit, you're chasing a big total. Almost 200 runs is what you need to get. 10 and over is what you need to do. And as I mentioned earlier, the pitch is getting tough to bat on. And that then talks about the approach that the partnership between Ajinkya Rahane and Venkatesh Iyer really raises a lot of questions. Yes, you'd lost your 2 openers early, Sunil Narayan as well as Gurbaz. That's all right. But you are playing to win the game. If you're chasing 200, you cannot be batting at 6 runs and over. 68 for 2 at the end of the 10 overs is a situation where you've already lost the match. Yes, you have a long batting lineup. You have some big hitters to come, like a Rinku Singh, a Ramandeep or a Russell, whoever you may look at. But if you are struggling to get any runs and you're going to bat at 6 runs and over in the first 10 overs, how do you expect then the second half of the batting to get to 15 runs and over, especially knowing that the lower order really hasn't been informed? If you knew that, you needed to go at least attempt to win the game, at least bat at 8, 9 and overs, and then it's fine if you leave if you can bat at 9 and over, 10 and over, or even if 9 and over and leave 12 and over for the rest of the batting order to go and chase, that's still understandable. You can't be batting at 6, 6.5 and over and then expect the bulk of the chasing to happen on a pitch which is getting tough to bat on. And that's where the questions are. Ajinkya Rahane, of course, covered up the strike rate a little later and made it in the 130s, but then you had the Venkatesh Iyer with a heavy price tag on his head, batting at a strike rate of somewhere around 17. He's batted about 19 deliveries at a strike rate of 70. I think KKR had lost the game. Even if a Rinku Singh fired, even if a Ramandeep fired, even if a Russell fired, I think the conditions weren't really conducive to stroke making. You would have never been able to chase it down. And that's why I say, baffling. You could have been out. Rahane could have been out. Venkatesh Iyer could have been out. But at least you should have been seen to be trying to go closer to the target, or at least bat at a strike rate which allows you to chase that total. I'm afraid that was not visible, and that partnership really raises a lot of question and ends up, you asking yourself those questions, scratching your head as to what were they thinking when they were batting in the manner in which they were. That also takes you to another baffling decision that the Kolkata Knight Riders team made. If you're struggling to really get on with the runs, Venkatesh Iyer hasn't really been in form. The one batter in the KKR lineup this season who's shown some sort of an intent, who's shown that he can play the big stroke, has been Ankush Raghuvanshi. He's been that youngster who's been able to do that. And what did you do with him today? He batted at number 9. Can you believe it? At number 9. And even at that stage, he gets you about 27 odd runs at a strike rate of above 200. Even in that situation, what does that tell you? That same partnership that I'm saying at that time when your openers are gone, had Raghuvanshi come out and batted with that same intent. If he got the 19 balls that, let's say, a Venkatesh Iyer got, who knows? The game could have been different. Who knows? Then you would have given a realistic target for your lower order to chase. So even your batting selection, you got a Moeen Ali as well, who's batting at number 8. You're putting out of form batters a bit higher up. Really baffling decisions taken by Kolkata Knight Riders, which has ended up putting them in a situation where they're all but out. Yes, a miracle can still take them. If they end up winning all 6 games, they'll end up with 18 points and go through. But the manner in which they're playing and looking at how the table is panning out, it's going to be next to impossible they're going to win all their games. They lose one game, still 16 points. Even that seems very, very doubtful. So you could, for all practical purposes, say that Kolkata Knight Riders are also out of the playoff race. Who are not out is Gujarat Titan, the only team with 12 points sitting on top of the table, and they deserve that. Special mention of their openers today in Sai Sudarshan. He's been the most consistent batter. Another 50 for him today as well. He is the proud owner of the orange cap in the IPL so far. Once again doing what he does best. But Shubman Gill with his 90, and kudos to these two batters. It wasn't an easy pitch to bat on, and probably they understood the condition, took their time to begin with, understood those conditions, and then batted in a manner, which is why I say the opposition team batters, captain understood the conditions better than the home team. And then they, because remember the game that was played before this on the same ground, 238 was not safe for Lucknow. But kudos to Gujarat to understand that this pitch is different. Maybe 170, 180 we should do. Maybe they were even looking for 170, which could have been a winning total. So well done to Gill as well as Sai Sudarshan. But there was another blunder there by KKR, added to another baffling decision by them of bowling a Moeen Ali an extra over. I think the third over that he bowls first up, that just opens up the game. They get a lot of runs and break their shackles, and the opening partnership is set from there. If you had a Narendra, you had a Varun Chakravarti, you needed to give them those overs up front. Get that opening partnership out there. You know that the Gujarat game plan is based on their top order. Get them out early. Bring your best spinners in early. Who knows, you'll get that. There are 2 right-handers batting. There's no need for an off-spinner to be bowling as many deliveries. Again, a baffling call there by Kolkata Knight Riders. But overall, to sum up this encounter, as I said, all the praise to the Gujarat team and all the praise to their bowlers as well. And they've also been outstanding. Just as much as the KKR batters are guilty of not really turning it on, I think credit to Gujarat bowlers as well. Sai Kishore has been brilliant this season. Siraj has been very good. Prasidh Krishna has been a revelation, and they were all on the ball on this occasion as well. And that tells you they are operating without a Rabada. And yet Gujarat bowling lineup is performing at the level that they are. The one other thing that KKR have done, which will not please the rest of the teams as well, they've kind of gotten Rashid Khan back to form. He was that one missing puzzle for Gujarat. Even he's picked up 2 wickets today, and that is how your batting was, that you've allowed a dangerous Rashid Khan to come back into form. That was the gift that KKR gave to the rest of the teams in this IPL season. That's how then the cookie crumbled for Kolkata Knight Riders versus Gujarat Titans. Gujarat really looking like an all-round team, looking like one of those title contenders. And I think just as I can say safely, KKR are out of the playoff race, you can be rest assured that Gujarat now probably need 2 more wins from the remaining 6 games that they have to get through to the playoffs. And that should be easy for them going forward. Give us a like on the video if you're enjoying our content. Don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today. Nikhil Naz signing off.